Life Audio.
Welcome to the Crosswalk Devotional. We're glad to have you listening with us. Today's topic is planning for the legacy you want to leave behind after your earthly life is over. We'll return with the devotional after a brief message from our sponsors.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Health insurance rates are surging in America, leaving millions without affordable options. But Christians don't need to waste money on a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is an alternative to health insurance at half the cost. With CHM, fellow believers contribute monthly to help pay each other's medical bills while lifting one another in prayer. It's financial and spiritual support when you need it most. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
What legacy will you leave? Written and read by Whitney Hopler. A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. Proverbs 13:22 NIV. Imagine waking up, opening the newspaper, and seeing your own obituary printed there. That's exactly what happened to Alfred Nobel, the inventor of dynamite. But the obituary wasn't supposed to be his. It was a mistake. His brother had died, but the newspaper got it wrong and reported that he had passed away. When Alfred read the mistakenly published obituary, he saw that it criticized him for inventing and selling something that killed so many people. Alfred had made his fortune from explosives used for destruction and war. Reading his own obituary showed him how the world remembered his life up to that point. That experience motivated him to build a better legacy. Instead of continuing to build wealth from explosives, Alfred decided he wanted to leave a legacy that inspired people to contribute to the world in positive ways. Before he died in 1896, he set up the Nobel Prizes to honor people like scientists, writers, and peacemakers around the world. Now, most people remember Alfred as the founder of the Nobel Prizes, which continued to celebrate positive change and inspire people worldwide. The first part of Proverbs 13:22 points out, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. At first glance, this might seem like it's only about passing down money. That's part of it. The Bible encourages us to be generous with our money. But the word inheritance isn't limited to money, and the most valuable parts of our legacies aren't financial at all. We can leave our faith, our character, our work ethic, our wisdom, our story, and our prayers. All of that is even more valuable than money. Have you ever known someone who passed away and left behind a legacy of love and holiness? You may not remember all the details of that person's life, but you likely remember how that person lived with real love and truth by focusing every day on what has eternal value. That's the kind of legacy God wants us all to leave behind. The second half of Proverbs 13:22 says, "The sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous." In other words, if people gain a lot in their earthly lives without relationships with God, their wealth and accomplishments won't last because only righteous people who follow God's guidance for their decisions will leave valuable legacies. So what legacy will you leave? What are you doing today that will bless people and honor God tomorrow? You don't have to be rich or famous to leave a faithful legacy. God will help you build your legacy every day He gives you to live from now on, in your own ways that accomplish God's good purposes for you. You also don't have to worry about your past as long as you're committed to building a faithful legacy now. It's never too late to start fresh with God. He can turn your mistakes and regrets into something beautiful that lasts if you ask Him to help you build the kind of legacy He wants you to pass on. All you have to do to build a faithful legacy is focus on what has eternal value every day. So communicate with God regularly by building strong prayer and meditation habits. Do your best to be honest and trustworthy, as well as kind and compassionate. Invest in other people by encouraging and serving them whenever you can. Pay attention to the wonderful ways God is working in your life every day, and share that with people to inspire them. Show the people who know you what it looks like to trust God daily. When you do, you'll build a legacy of loving faith that can inspire future generations. Every day that God gives you to live is a new opportunity to build an inheritance of faith to leave for others. Intersecting faith and life. As you consider what legacy you'll leave after your earthly life is over, reflect on these questions. If your life ended today, what would people say about you? What kind of inheritance do you want to pass down to the next generation beyond just money? Are there areas of your life that need to change to reflect the kind of legacy God is leading you to build? If so, what changes can you commit to making from now on? What's one healthy habit that is currently helping you build the legacy you want to leave? Further reading: Matthew 6:20, Galatians 6:9, Psalm 78:4, 2 Timothy 1:5, Deuteronomy 6:6-7.
The Crosswalk Devotional is a production of Life Audio and Salem Media. If you liked what you heard today, please take a second to rate and review this podcast in your favorite podcast app so that more listeners like you can find the show. For more faith-filled, inspirational podcasts, visit us at lifeaudio.com.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.